What's up, everybody? Welcome in to A to Z Sports Picks. Brian and I are going to have a great show for you this Friday. Get you all set up for the first big weekend of the NFL playoffs. Brian, how we doing, sir?
Doing great, buddy. Let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Everybody, welcome into A to Z Sports Picks. Val Bell, CBS Sportsline, alongside Brian Edwards of VegasInsider.com. A to Z Sports Picks is brought to you every Friday by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Refer a friend. BetMGM, score a $50 bonus when your friend signs up via your invitation. They get $50 too. You can refer up to 20 friends for up to $1,000 in bonuses. That's BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Must be present in the state of Tennessee. For gambling problem support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789. All right, Brian, we got a ton to get to, man. All right, the NFL playoffs, Super Wild Card Weekend. My dude is here. All right, so how we're going to approach it is this. First, I want to take a look at the games, all right? Spreads and totals. Just take a look at what we like, what we don't like. Then we're going to jump into some player props. That sound good?
That sounds great.
All right, perfect, man. All right, so I'll throw it over to you first. Not reading out, every single game, spread, total line. I mean, we all see it right there. Like, what do you like this weekend so far, just from a spread total perspective?
Yeah, so I think you can attack the Niners Seahawks game in a lot of different ways by backing San Francisco. One probably the favorite play I have on this is a play I've been doing a lot with them recently is their team total in the first half to go over 13 and a half. So just to get to 14 points by halftime. They've done that in 6 of their last 8 games. When they played Seattle in mid-September, they were up 20-0 at halftime. And when they played them at Seattle last month on a short week, first career road start for Brock Purdy, and he had not practiced all week because he had that oblique issue, and yet they were still up 14-3 at halftime. So team total over 13 and a half in the first half. I also played the Niners -6 in the first half early in the week. I think it's 6.5 now, but I would still like it all the way up to 7. I'm not, I've already got a couple of eggs in the Niners basket, so I'm not against playing them -9.5, but it would be a baby play. I've got more invested in those first half plays. I will just also mention there's going to be some bad weather, some wind and rain for that one, unless the meteorologist end up being wrong, but that's what they're saying. So now the Bengals Ravens, do you want me to go through all my picks right now or save some?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
let it rip. Yeah.
Okay. So I bet Bengals early in the week. I got them at -6.5 on Monday. On Wednesday, I kind of suspected, it just seemed with everything you're hearing and reading that Lamar Jackson didn't sound good. So I figured the line was going to go up. I got more at 7, but now at 9.5, I got too much respect for the Ravens defense, Harbaugh, etc. I can't recommend to our listeners playing it at 9.5. I love where I'm at 6.5, 7. What I can recommend is I do think you're okay doing the Bengals and the Niners in a teaser if you want to do that. If you can get it to 3 points and 3, assuming a teaser pushes on 3, some books might try to take your money on a push. That I shouldn't do that. If you could get a teaser, like a 6.5 point teaser to get San Fran and Bengals to 3, I would like that teaser. But I'm not against doing the Bengals the same way I did the Niners. Bet them in the first half where they, I believe, are -6 now, or bet their team total, which is the same. 13.5 to go over in the first half. Okay, so those are my main things. Now, I will say I do have 2 more plays on Vikings Giants, but these are much smaller plays amount wise, just for money management purposes. I'm going to have like 3 times or 4 times more on my plays on the Niners and Bengals, but I do like the Vikings -3. They're 8-1 straight up at home. The only outlier when they got killed in that kind of a letdown scenario after they had pulled the upset at Buffalo and they got spanked by the Cowgirls in that night game. But other than that, they've won all 8 home games. They've won all of them by at least 3, so it'd be a push with this line, and they won 6 of them by 4 or more. As for over 48, now some books are at 48.5. I consider 48 a key number on a total, so I would suggest buying the half point. The over's 5-2-1 1 for the Giants in their last 8 games, and all 5 overs got to at least 48 combined points. The over is 6-1 in the Vikings' last 7 games, and the Vikings are next to last, number 31 in the NFL in both total defense and pass defense. As for Bucks, Cowboys, I lean Bucks. Brady's 7-0 in his career against the Cowboys, who have lost 8 road games in a row in the playoffs, which is the longest such skid, second longest such skid in NFL history. And I was leaning the Chargers, but I heard Mike Williams got ruled out, so I'm probably just going to pass on that game, and that's it for me.
There you go, man. All right. Yeah, look, I mirror a couple, and I'm on the opposite side of a couple. I feel you on the 49ers first half. Yeah, that's what they've been doing because they know, like, don't play from behind with Brock Purdy. Like, you have to play from ahead. Not that the kid's terrible, but don't mess around. Like, they have to score first. They have to score early and often. So I like that first half play in terms of their team total. You said 13.5, right?
Yep, correct.
Yep. I like the Vikings here. I think that their ceiling offensively is just too high for New York. Love everything that New York has done this year. But when Minnesota's on, which they generally are at home, it's too much. Like, I just don't think that New York is going to keep up. Now, I'm going to disagree with you on Cincinnati. I'm taking the Bengals with the points. We just saw them play last week, and quite frankly, like watching that entire game, Cincinnati played horrible. Like, they played good, but they just shot themselves in the foot over and over and over, and they still won, still covered. I honestly, I think it's a blowout. I think Cincinnati puts it all over them. Usually in divisional games in the playoffs, I stay away from large spreads, but I think that Cincinnati, I think they kick their ass. Let me just say that.
Well, wait, you're not disagreeing with me. I like the Bengals.
Okay, there we go. All right, they're good. Yeah, they were on the same side.
Yeah.
I'm all over Cincinnati. Plus, the Bengals were coming off of that entire DeMar Hamlin situation and still won and still covered, right? Like, now that they've had, another week, yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in on that one. And then the last one, or last two, give me the Jaguars plus 2.5. I like what they're doing, and they're at home. I think Brandon Staley, the Chargers head coach, is an idiot.
He is an absolute buffoon.
Yeah, he is. Like, he absolutely is. And they're already going to be out. Mike Williams, like you said. Joey Bosa is not going to be
100%. He's going to try to play, though, right? Don't you think?
He is. But you know what? If he goes out too, Brandon Staley's the Chargers looking for a new head coach.
As they flipping should be.
Yeah.
I mean, what a moron.
Yeah,
and then
it was dumb. Yeah, no, I'm with you. It was dumb. He's been dumb. He's made dumb decisions.
He's cost them a handful of games with all his analytic nonsense, just being super aggressive. At some point, you got to have a measured head coaching brain and say, you know what? It's probably not prudent to go for it on my own 25 with a 6-point lead and 5 minutes left.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, so I'm with the Jaguars here. I think they win the game outright, to be completely honest with you. And then lastly, you know what? I'm going to ride with the Cowboys. I know that everyone in the public is going with the Bucks, and I get it, but the Cowboy, I can't buy into the Bucks. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll eat it, own it, all of it. I can't buy into them. I don't buy in. Yeah, I don't buy into Tom Brady.
I've faded them a lot this year. I've faded them a lot.
Yeah, I don't buy into Tom Brady throwing 50 times a game. I don't buy into the Bucks not having a run game. I don't buy into them not having an offensive line. I don't buy into them and Mike Evans not scoring a touchdown in 13 straight games. Like, I don't buy it. And I know the Cowboys haven't played a meaningful game in almost a month. And they looked terrible last week because they were in no man's land. They didn't know if they're going to play starters, bench starters, take it seriously, not take it seriously. It was dumb. But the Cowboys' defensive front is going to get after Tom Brady. The Cowboys' secondary is going to get after Tom Brady. And the Cowboys are going to run the football. So I'm going to fade I'm going to fade the hell out of the public. I'll ride the Cowboys all day long.
Yeah, so I wasn't saying I'm definitely on the Bucks. I was just saying if I bet it, I'm gonna see how all my other, because that's Monday night, right? Yeah, yep. I'm just gonna see how everything goes this weekend, and then decide. I'm just saying I slightly lean to the Bucks at this point, but I haven't bet it.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I'll tell you one that I am betting on is Omaha Steaks, Brian. That's who you can bet on right there and right there. Look, luckily, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors with their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Now is the perfect time to load up on all of this incredible flavor and take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their friends and family sale. Go to omahasteaks.com and use our promo code A to Z, that's ATOZ, at checkout to get $30 off your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com and stack up today. Brian, Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life, my dude. Guaranteed. And don't forget to score that extra $30 off your order when you use A to Z at checkout. Omaha Steaks, perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights. You won't come close to getting this kind of quality at the grocery store. Visit omahasteaks.com, promo code A to Z at checkout. Minimum order may be required. Now, staying and sticking with the NFL. Prop bets for this weekend. I'll tell you what, I'll go first because I just made you jump right off the cliff with no parachute whatsoever. So I'll follow your lead on this one. Look, just a couple of them here. Everyone's going to ride Dak Prescott to throw an interception. Probably so. I think he's thrown one in like 7 games or 8 games, whatever. But the price is like minus 180. It's too expensive. Tom Brady's going to throw an interception. Get that minus 105. I'm also going to ride McPherson with the Bengals over 1.5 field goals. I'm going to ride Joseph with the Vikings over 1.5 field goals. I'm going to ride the Cowboys team total over 23.5. I'm going to ride the Jaguars team total over 23.5. And then anytime touchdown scores, I'm going to parlay Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler, okay, because they're both like minus 160, somewhere around there. I'm going to parlay those two. And I also think Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are 2 good plays on that as well. And maybe Ezekiel Elliott. All right, so that's what I got on props, bro. What do you got?
Yeah, there's a prop for most receiving yards in the playoffs, not just this weekend, for the entire playoffs. And since I've got the Bengals picked to win it all, and Jamar Chase is sitting there at plus 850, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm not against AJ Brown at plus 1,200 or 12 to 1 either, but I prefer the Jamar Chase one. And I haven't seen the Travis Kelce receiving yards prop for this weekend. But if it is,
well, he won't be playing this weekend. They got.
Duh. My apologies. And so does my guy, AJ Brown. I play their props over pretty much every week. Okay, so that's the one I'm going to go with. Or really, I'll go with 2. Jamar Chase and AJ Brown at plus 850 and plus 1,200 or 12 to 1 to have the most receiving yards throughout the entirety of the playoffs.
All right, there we go. All right, let's switch gears here. College basketball. Now, so I want to talk about, we got Kentucky at Tennessee on Saturday. We don't have a line yet for it. All right, we don't have a total. We don't have anything yet. I'll probably get that later tonight, early in the morning. But yeah, probably tonight because they tip
we'll get it. Yeah, we should have it probably like 5:30 Eastern, I would hope.
Yeah. My guess is Tennessee's going to be, I'm going to say 11.5. What's your guess?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this yesterday, and at first I was thinking 13, and then I was like, you know what? It might be even more than that. Kentucky is 0-9-1 against the spread in their last 10 games, and Tennessee has just been mauling folks. And the way they got beat by Kentucky, I'm talking about, got beat by 14 at Mizzou and lost by like 24 or 6 at Alabama, but they were down by 30 plus. So I'm not going to be shocked if it's 15. I'm going to guess 13 or 13.5, but I will say this. If it's 12 or fewer, I'm going to be all over the Vols.
Yep. Yeah, and that's where I was going with it, is that if you can get 12 or fewer, I think Tennessee lays it on. And look, coming into Tuesday, Tennessee played Vanderbilt, and Tennessee had played legitimately 4 straight games of perfect defense. Now, they didn't play perfect defense as Vanderbilt. They won the game. But if you watch the first half and the second half, Rick Barnes let them know, at halftime that they were screwing around, and it was fixed immediately. I think that Tennessee's going to come out on fire against Kentucky. So yeah, I'm with you on that. And like you said, we won't get a line until later tonight, but definitely want to kind of set that table, for that. But looking at this weekend, all right, let's just kind of finish the show here with what we're looking at, what we're excited about for this weekend. So yeah, I've got that on the radar. Obviously the NFL playoffs. But yeah, Brian, I throw it to you, man. Anything college basketball, NBA,
Yeah.
UFC related? Yeah, what do you got,
Yep.
man?
Yeah, so I've got 3 college basketball for tonight. Let's start with under 133 in Nebraska at Purdue. So they met last month in Lincoln, and even though the game went to overtime, Purdue won 65-62, but the 127 combined points still stayed under 138 points, even though they got 5 extra minutes to play. It was 56-56 for 112 combined at the end of regulation. The under has been a big time moneymaker in Nebraska ball games. 13-3-1 overall. The under is 10-6 for Purdue. Purdue's ranked 24th nationally in scoring D. They only give up 61.5 points per game. Purdue does not shoot it well from 3-point land. They rank 275 out of 363 Division I teams, making only 32.2%. Now Nebraska shoots it from 3 even worse, 29.4%. They rank 340 out of 363, and they're horrible at the free throw line too, where they're 335 out of 363 and shoot only 64.1% from the free throw line. So under 133 for Nebraska at Purdue. I'm also going to go with Dayton at home -7.5 to VCU. So Dayton has won 7 games in a row, both straight up and against the spread, and they've won those 7 games by the following margins: 24, 20, 14, 12, 42, 17, and 23. So they've won all 7 by 12 or more, and they're undefeated at home with a 6-3 spread record, but all 3 non-covers were from big double-digit favorite roles. VCU, they've lost 3 of 4 on the road, both straight up and against the spread, and their 3 losses have been by 9 at Duquesne, by 10 at Temple, by 15 at Memphis. So Dayton -7.5. Let's also go with Sparty, Tom Izzo's Michigan State squad.
Izzo and them boys.
That's right. Plus
They're playing
6.5.
great defense this year.
Yeah, they do. Most years they do. And they are plus 6.5 at Illinois. Now, Michigan State has won 7 in a row over the last 5 weeks since December 5th. They've gone 6-1 against the spread in those games. They've won outright in both of their Big Ten road games at Wisconsin and at Penn State. And Michigan State is 7-3 against KenPom top 100 teams, whereas Illinois is only 5-5 against KenPom top 100 teams. I thought this line was going to be 3.5, maybe 4, and we're getting at 6.5. So, and I think Michigan State's got a pretty good shot of winning outright. So give me Sparty in that one. And tomorrow, I said Vols if they're 12 or fewer. There's some really good games. The one I really am looking at is K-State at TCU. Both of these teams have been good to me. I took K-State earlier this week at 99-1 to win it all. So if you can get a number like 81 or better, I recommend it. Not a lot, just little baby play at long shot odds. If TCU is favored by 5 or more tomorrow, and I don't think they will be, but if they are, I'll be on K-State. And I also saw that Keontae Johnson, the former Gator, I saw him with 100-1 odds to win the Wooden Award. I can't get it in any of my accounts, but if anybody can get that and they agree with me, maybe do a little baby play on that as well. Oh, and I have one. We have time for one more NBA.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll also give myself a shameless plug. I'm 16-3 on NBA totals. My last 19, I like over 234 for Pelicans at Pistons. So the over's hitting 3 straight for the Pistons, and 5 of their last 6 to improve to 27, 17, and 1. overall, and the over's hitting 3 straight for the Pelicans with combined scores of 241, 244, and 244 to get to 25 and 17 overall. So the over on Pelicans Pistons.
Dude, I love it. Hey, and I'll tell you this, man. Like, I live bet the Pistons a lot during the week. And, dude, they're a team that keeps coming. Like, they score a lot, a whole lot. Like, their record doesn't reflect. Like, they're a different team than what their record reflects. I'm not saying
They don't defend very well is what they don't do.
No, they don't.
But they do score.
Yeah, they do, man. I like that, dude. There's some good NBA games tonight, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. The damn Nuggets, dude. Like,
they're on fire at home.
I mean, they are just incredible. Like, incredible. And I'll tell you this before we jump out of here. You know, it's a fun bet. If anybody is out there and, like, you don't watch NBA or, like, you know, it's, like, not your thing, I get it. Like, I really only got into the NBA big, like, maybe 2 years ago, right? Like, I would watch it. You know, it would be on. I'd watch the Grizzlies and stuff, right? But I didn't, like, really pay attention to the league. You know, I just watched playoffs, whatever. But, like, 2 years ago, I really got into it. And betting definitely helped. If you're looking for something fun to bet on, like, and you want it local, whenever the Grizzlies are playing, okay, every time, Ja Morant over 1.5 3-pointers, okay? It's usually at like plus 100, all right? And he does this, watch him. He does this every game. He'll hit 1 3-pointer like immediately in the first quarter. Just right out of the gate, he'll knock down a 3. And then you are sweating the rest of the game for that second 3. Like, he'll fire like 6, 7 maybe, in a game. Generally makes 1 or 2. Like, if you're looking for something like fun, like to just mess around, dude, do it. I do it every Grizzlies game. Every one of them.
There you go.
It's
there
fun.
you go.
That's not like the educated, like, do this. This is smart betting. I'm just saying, if anybody's looking for like fun, dumb stuff, like that one.
Well, if he hits 2 in the first quarter, then you don't have to watch anymore.
Oh, then you're done.
There
But he never hits 2 in the first.
You got to wait till the fourth quarter.
Oh my God! But it's funny because he'll start every game, dude. He'll knock one down. I'm telling you, every game, dude. He'll knock it down, and you're like, all I need is one more for the rest of the game. And I swear to God, you're gonna sweat it for the rest of the game.
Hey, I will give one more tip out. So
and that was not a tip, by the way, by me.
Oh, right. So it's a way off the beaten path. I don't think I mentioned that on our show here last week, or maybe I did. You'll remember it if I did. So the under on this very small school, Merrimack, has hit in 15 in a row.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're playing tomorrow. I don't know their total yet. I've only had them the last 2, but they
under, dude.
They've Merrimack under 15 in a row. It's going to end sometime, but I may ride it unless it's like less than 120. I'll be 91. Riding it again tomorrow. Yeah. Well, it was only like 122 or 3 last week, and it got to 119, but it stayed under.
That's crazy. I love it, dude. I'm in, dude. I'll ride it, guys. Yeah.
And I haven't gotten involved with this team yet, but I was just tweeted out the ATS stats on college basketball the other day. Tulsa is an atrocious 1-14 against the spread. I haven't watched them. I haven't played them, but just maybe if you see their game's going to be on TV, maybe check out the line. I'm going to be definitely looking into them tomorrow, see what the line is.
It's a smart play, dude. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. We'll be live next Friday, normal time, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, to break down everything for the NFL divisional round and more. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you next week.
Good luck, everybody. Go